horse stances. In this video, we're going to talk about 4 different stances, and then we'll also go through a stance transition exercise. The first stance we're going to talk about is chunkel jasse. Chunkel jasse is front stance. So when I do my front stance, I want to make sure my front knee is bent, my back leg is straight, my hips and my shoulders are going to be square in the direction I'm facing. Another detail is that my back toes, you want to pull them as far forward as you possibly can, keeping that back heel on the floor. They might not turn fully, but you're going to turn them as fully as you can. I also want you to make sure you know how wide your stance should be. It shouldn't be too narrow or too wide. So you're going to take about your hip width and add a little bit. And that's going to be a good width for your front stance, or chunkel jasse. The next stance we're going to talk about is hukel jasse, or fighting stance. So when I do my fighting stance, I'm going to put most of my weight on my back leg. So much so that keeping myself in balance and without shifting, I could go ahead and lift up my front foot without changing my weight distribution. So most of my weight on my back leg. My feet will make the letter L shape. So you want to start with your feet together, bend your knees, and put your front leg out to where it's comfortable. Since most of my weight's on my back leg, my head should be on top of my hips over this back leg. Both knees are bent. My front heel is up. That's going to help demonstrate to me that your weight's on that back leg. Make sure you keep your hands up while you're in that fighting stance. Our third stance is kima jasse, or horse riding stance. So when we make our horseback stance, I want to bend my knees. My toes are going to be pointed forwards. And you want to make sure your hips are tucked forwards. No sticking your hanging out. So knees bent, hips forwards for our kima jasse. The last stance we're going to talk about is our cross-legged stance. For me, and for lots of other students, this is the hardest one. So let's give it some attention. Let's start with our right foot flat on the ground. Then I'm going to take my left foot, sneak it in the back. My shin goes on my calf, and I'm going to bend both knees. I should be able to bounce up and down comfortably in balance. An important detail for the cross-legged stance is that my back heel is up. So let's go through that stance transition drill that I mentioned earlier. We're going to start in horse stance, transition, front stance, pull back into fighting stance, and then we're going to twist into a cross-legged stance. Let's try it. Horse, front, fighting, cross-legged. Now we're going to do it again and go in the opposite direction. Horse, front, fighting, cross-legged. Keep practicing hard with those stances. See you on the mat. Tong Su.